Good. Okay. Hello, everyone. We start another evening tonight. Yeah. So it's quite interesting night tonight. So just quickly say something. I will have some film. Some of the film I collected over the last 28 years, right? Yeah. And like I said, I have to play the film because it is a medical night, and this energy thing, the energy of work, we have to have some evidence to sustain it. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. So we are looking at a professional medical professions. Like I said, the macrocosmic out there, energy out there was so big, then we hardly know anything about the universe, let alone on the planet. We hardly know anything about the planet, let alone this little universe, microcosm. That's what the whole thing is. Now, the film, like I always said, that unfortunately, there are just too many fake film, especially now these days with the technology. So there are a lot of fake things around. Okay, so fair enough. So we say 90% they are fake, which I accepted. Okay, but there are 10%, just like in the UFO, everybody, say it is a fake, but there are 10% that actually all the scientists were looking into it, because sometimes, the 10%, that's where the truth is. So there's a research fellows myself, so we can only look at the 10%. Okay, so I hope you have that kind of, shall we say, gratitude and gestures to accept that we're using this, we're trying to find out what's happening, because at the end of the day, this energy thing, you don't see it, but it's there. What happened? So this is what research fellows do. What happened there? How does it happen? Can we control that for medical reason? Okay, so we start now. It's about trees. Very, very important. We're training trees. Okay, so maybe a lot of people just laugh, but like I said, the more they laugh about it, the more to show people are, very naive about the Mother Nature. Mother Nature is very powerful. Okay, so please take a picture with your phone. So camera point to a different direction, and you can roughly know where we end up. And I'm using my phone to look at this as well. Okay, yeah, good. Okay, now the reason I use the United Nations is because the next picture, if you can see it, remember the gentleman in the middle. That's the Pt.1, is the ex-chairman of United Nations, South Korean. Okay, yeah. And on the gentleman who hold on the right, and on the right hand side, yep, they hold the orange folder of books. That's a Professor Hong Shu. Now he was gaining a prize. He won a prize from the United Nations, a medical prize, because he was using one needle alone, right? Yeah, and it was he actually made a Hong Kong taxi driver, right, walk again. The Hong Kong taxi driver was driving, then have a car crash, and he was confined in the wheelchair for quite a while. And then he searched out Professor Huang Shu, and he went there, obviously in a wheelchair, to went into the hospital to see him. Now they was all recorded. Hong Kong television series, the television series, make a series of the whole entire shall we say, clinical case study. And the taxi driver walked out of it, right? Walked out of the hospital, out of the wheelchair, out of the hospital. And Professor Huang Shu used one needle, just one needle, right? So he won the prize of that year. And then only a few years ago, I was on the right hand side. So and these are the nurses and all the doctor, and he was inviting me. Actually, he was giving me a test. Gone through a few days with a lot of patient himself. What is Naidan? what is internal Taoist medicine. So what are the difference between the TCM using herbs and myself using the energy? Okay, yeah. So next picture, please. Now this is when I work with him, and the usuals. Within 10 seconds, I change his brainwave, so he's collapsing. So there's a lot of critics saying that I'm a fraudulent and I'm a quack, medicine. I'm doing quack medicine and I'm a cult leader. Whatever people say doesn't matter. It's just ignorance people talking. Yeah. So now, how much money I'll pay this United Nations prize winner, medical prize winner professor, right, to put it on camera? I have the whole video on him. All right. Okay. Yeah. How much do I have to pay him to make up, a fake video, and I'm sharing with you free of charge? So think about it. I'll think about it. Okay. Yeah. Like I said, a lot of video today, they are coming out of China. They are fake. Yes. Like I said, 90% of them, shall we say. Okay. But there are 10%. So as research fellows, we're looking at the 10%. What happened there? Why did it happen? How can we trigger, the body cell healing? So this is the main objective, right, of my research for the last 28 years. Okay, yeah. And then after a week's test, shall we say, on himself and all the patients and teaching in his the hospital-wise, and I was appointed by Professor Huang Shu as the consultant. I worked for 4 years in his hospital. Okay, so maybe I'm still a fraudulent to some people. Okay, you just have to laugh about this, Anyway, next picture, please. Okay, now this is just the 5 element, because tonight I'm going to link up the 5 elements, which is very important because we talk about macrocosm, all the macrocosmic energy outside our body, right? Heaven, earth, and human energy. How I'm going to put it together. So this is very, very important. Okay, yeah. Next picture, please. So this is how the 5 elements relating to the 24 sections of the seasonal changes, because, in the Chinese ancient calendar, we have divided the whole full year into 24 seasonal changes, 24 sections of it. Or different climatic energy affecting us. So now this is the wood. Okay, this is the wood elements, so the tree. Now, actually, it's not just wood element, because, I'll go along in them later. I would explain why is it not just wood elements. Okay, now I was talking to the Chinese on this afternoon. What it mean was, I'm quoting very, very ancient texts. Let's go through it, Paul. I'm just roughly tell people. This is coming from my my dissertation, So what it was saying was, mainly I'm quoting the what the ancient texts were already recording. This training with tree, we call tree gong. Why we train with trees? Okay, what is the importance of it? Okay, yeah. So that's what the ancient Chinese text was recording. So I was, quoting it because we have to justify it, we have to, obviously relating to that text from Zhuangzi. Now this is obviously the TCM, that we all know. Yep, the Chinese natural medicine, outside the body. So you can see that these are roots, and trees are roots. Very, very deep roots. A lot of all the herbal things, they're all Mother Nature's. They're all root. Obviously, these are the pointer was pointing at ginseng, and you heard about ginseng. Again, it's ginseng. So these are wood elements. Okay, yeah. So we can relating to, the energy of wood relating to ourselves. Because inside us we are all made up of 5 elements as well. So there is a common point. So the particle exchange can be, shall we say, can be feasible. And later on, I will use molecules, right, to talk to, to explain to you. Okay, now these are all the herbal remedy. All right, obviously been with us for thousands of years. So that means the wood elements, right, and very important in the training of Taoist medicine. Don't forget, these are external Taoist medicine study. Okay, ourselves, without using even these external Taoist medicine, but we train with trees, right? Instead of using the element of the tree and drink inside, we don't even do that. We try to use the energy field between the two, right? Microcosmic energy and macrocosmic energy out there. So obviously, if you're not up to that standard, your body is not opening up, you cannot interact. So the two teaching is susceptibility between cosmic and human energy. That means, you know, how sensitive you are. That's why we train this. The holding a tree, that's why it's very important, is to hold a tree, but not imagine a tree. There's a real tree out there. So next time when somebody said to you, imagine holding a tree, walk away, walk away. It's silly. Why do you have to imagine a tree? There's a tree out there. Why do you imagine a tree? Yeah. So ask them why. Now to this session now, I'll explain why. Okay. Yeah. So if the explanation, you know, it's not going to forthcoming from the guy who's standing in front of you, telling you to hold a tree. Okay. You better walk away. Right. Now, though, this is the first part, so we mark it. Okay. So the second part, please.